Here's something that might surprise you about 5G radiation and your face. The specific antenna design in your device matters more for your exposure than the method scientists use to measure it. That's the key finding from a major international study led by researchers across multiple institutions. They investigated how 10 gigahertz and 30 gigahertz frequencies, the higher end of 5G spectrum, interact with human facial tissue. The research team used sophisticated computer models of human faces to test something critical. They wanted to know if power absorption, how much electromagnetic energy your tissue soaks up, actually correlates with temperature rise. This matters because heating is one of the main concerns with these higher frequencies. What they discovered validates new international exposure guidelines. When proper averaging methods are applied, power absorption does predict temperature increases in realistic face models. But here's where it gets interesting. The researchers compared different measurement approaches and found something unexpected. The antenna design itself created more variation in radiation absorption patterns than differences in how scientists measure exposure. Think about what this means. Your specific device, its antenna type and positioning, has a bigger impact on your facial exposure than whether researchers use one measurement method versus another. Even more surprising, antenna design mattered more than anatomical differences between individuals. The study focused on what scientists call power absorption focality, essentially how tightly radiation concentrates in your tissue. Some antenna designs create hotspots of exposure that others don't. This research addresses a critical gap in our understanding. As 5G networks push into these 10 to 30 gigahertz frequency ranges, we need better ways to assess exposure from devices held close to the face. The findings support a new measurement called epithelial absorbed power density. This metric specifically quantifies power absorption at body surfaces and was designed to assess temperature rise from high-frequency radiation, like 5G millimeter waves. What's the bigger picture here? This study joins hundreds of others documenting biological effects from electromagnetic field exposure. As I explore in my book, Empowered, the sheer volume of high-quality science linking EMF exposure to health effects spans systems as diverse as the brain, immune function, and fertility. So, what can you do with this information? First, consider that not all devices expose you equally. The antenna design matters more than we previously understood. When possible, use speakerphone or wired headphones instead of holding your device against your face. Second, pay attention to signal strength. Your device works harder and emits more radiation when the signal is weak. Move to areas with better reception when making calls. Third, limit call duration when holding devices close to your head. The heating effects this study measured are cumulative. Longer exposure means more energy absorption. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research